Greetings, guys. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. That way, when I post a new funny story, you'll be among the first to watch it. Please turn on the notification button for quick notification and leave a comment. I subscribe to this channel, and tell us what your thinkings are about the story just dropped. I will reply to your reply personally. Thank you. My sister's wedding day turned out to be my worst day and most regrettable. For 4 months, I had been looking forward to Saturday, 28th December 2019. Although I was not to be the man of the day, I could sense, seen, perceived the moment. The joy, happiness, and ecstasy of my sister, they would be bright, and of my parents and siblings. Oh, pardon my manners. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jobson. I was second to the last of the children of my parents. We are all 5 in numbers. My father and my mother were both university lecturers, and of course, they have all grown to becoming professors in their fields. In African culture, wedding is a very important ordeal, event, and occasion. It is in fact a big deal. This can be seen in the fact that most people do even double marriage. How do I mean? Here in Africa, we do what is called African traditional marriage, and we also do what we call white wedding. Each of these can stand as marriage. So there is no actually need for being double marriages for one woman, but that is what is being done because of the importance attached to wedding. The immediate family members, just like the extended family members, are also eagerly awaiting such days because of some reasons, which I will not want to say here because I don't want my story to be too long. My sister's wedding card was out 70 days before the wedding date. We have distributed these cards into the hands of friends, family, and colleagues, as it is customary in my culture. People could observe the excitement all over my face. I woke up at 3:24 a.m. on December 28, 2019 to assist my family in getting things ready. Although the food had been contracted out, my family had to prepare varieties of cultural and traditional food for specific invitees and family members. I was up and doing in getting this food ready. As it were, about 8 different foods were prepared in large quantities, and these were packaged in different coolers. Although my other siblings assisted in getting things done, they saw themselves more or like assistants and not the owner of the events. That didn't bother me at all. When it was 9:30, an hour and a half to the wedding event, I rushed down to the wedding venue to ensure that the contractor handling the decoration were doing it properly and according to the dictate. I delivered some food and drinks to the venue to ensure that it gets it there on time. I went back home to lift the other food and drinks to the venue and made sure everything was in order. Then I returned home from the venue. On getting home, I met nobody at home. My parents and siblings have all gone for the wedding, and I wasn't with a key to the apartment, so I had to go back again to the venue and fetch the key from my siblings. At this time, the wedding had already begun. That was 11 a.m. when I got home. I was really exhausted and hungry. I rushed down to the kitchen to get some food, but none was left remaining at home. So I took my bath and quickly rushed to the wedding venue. But what happened next made my day a horrible one. On getting to the venue, I quickly walked down to the food spot and ordered for my favorite food among the ones we cooked in the morning. But I was told that it has finished. I ordered for another, and the reply remained the same. So I said to the lady in charge, "Please give me any food available." But she looked at me and said, "There's none left." I retired to a seat, feeling dejected. But then I saw my younger sister Anne with a pack of food. I asked her to give me the food. I even told her that I have not even had my breakfast, much more having lunch. She insisted on keeping the food for herself, but rather asked me to give her my car key, which I did. I was sitting by my uncle, my mother's brother. About 10 minutes later, after giving her the key, my elder brother came and asked for a key. In about 5 minutes time, that's my brother Eddie, returned the key to me. In the next 15 minutes, Anne came again and requested for my car key, and I gave it to her. The next series of events were the bombshell. Anne, my younger sister, came back with the key and gave me a hot slap on my face. I was very angry. I jumped up quickly to retaliate, but my uncle held me tenaciously. He pleaded with me to sit down, and I complied. In the next couple of minutes or two, my mother came in and gave me the slap again. Still feeling the pain and anguish, not knowing what to do, becoming frustrating, my elder brother came and slapped me. I did not know where all these slaps were coming from and what offense I committed. Eddie slapped me again. Eddie, that I gave you key. And what did I do? Nobody could reply. I became very furious. My father observed this. He came down from the high table and invited me over there to sit by him. Well, I reluctantly followed my father to the high table. While I was sitting there, the last load that broke the camel's back came, a bombshell. As I was sitting with my father, contemplating why I came to my sister's wedding, contemplating all the sacrifices I have offered to see to it that it succeeds, contemplating the disgrace I received in return, the humiliation and the assault, I received the hottest slap ever. This time, it was my eldest brother, Martin's. At that moment and point in time, my father knew that there was nothing to be done. The explosion was coming, so he gave way. Of course, other invitees also gave way. The first thing I saw was the high table with the food that my father was eating and the drinks on it. I obtained the table with a sound speed. With that, the wedding venue became a graveyard. Everywhere was silent. I walked away from the hall crying into a busy street, not even knowing where I was going. One of the guests, a senior lecturer and professor in the university that my father and mother were teaching, ran after me and held me, pleading with me to return to the venue, but I refused. While she was still pleading with me, my elder sister came and pleaded with me to enter her car so that she can take me home. That appeals to my senses. Going home was the best thing for me. So I joined her. She drove me down. And of course, no one was talking to each other until I got home. When I got home, I walked down, opened the door to my room, locked myself inside, and lie down on my bed with tears flowing out of my eyes like a river that is flowing to the sea. I didn't care about where my car was and where the key to my car was. I didn't care about anything. This time around, not even my life. I slept off a moment later and I woke up at about 7:48 p.m. Even with that, I would not open my door. I didn't want to see anybody or talk to anybody. I endured the hunger, the pain, the rejection, the assault within me, and I was there until 12 a.m. before I opened my door. Of course, no one slept at home. Everywhere was quiet, waiting for me to open the door. When I opened the door, my temperament was down anyways. I could reason better. And my family, one after the other, pleaded with me to be calm and forgive them for what they did, because they finally knew the truth that beating me was an act of assault. You may want to know, why was I being humiliated and assaulted by my siblings and parents? Well, it was all a misunderstanding. One thing leads to the other. Let me explain to you briefly. And my younger sister kept food in my car. AD, my elder brother, came, collects the key from me, went to the car, and picked the food. He picked the food because the food had finished and my dad has not even eaten. So when my dad needed food, he discovered that there was food in my car. So he went there to pick the food and served it to my father. When Anne returned, collecting it from me again, she went to pick her food. She couldn't find her food. So she thought, oh, I must be the one who took that food. So she came to me. Instead of asking, she slapped me. When I jumped up to retaliate, my uncle held me. And when my mother saw my uncle holding me, not knowing what was happening, she thought I was fighting with my uncle. So she came, slapping me and giving the same impressions to my siblings, who came one after the other to humiliate and assault me. December 28, 2019 is a date I will never forget in my life, whether for good or for bad. I will never let it go. It will dwell in my memory to time indefinite, even forever. So that was it. This is a real event and true story that happened to a colleague of mine, and he narrated the story. If you like such stories, please like this video, comment on it, and tell me what you have done if you were my colleague that was the victim of circumstances. Also, if you have a story that you want to tell me, indicate in the comment section. I will gladly give you my email to drop the stories. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video tomorrow.